So we are continuing from verse 37. Do you remember what we discussed in our verse 36?
Remind me. So it was the conversations regarding what you don't do and the benefits of reading Bhagavad Gita. But you can remind me.
Yeah, this is what Gītā Mahatamya is all about. Benefits of reading Bhagavad Gita. So yeah, you're true. You're saying it correctly that basically this verse, 36 verse, was all about Sarvatra Pratibhokta Cha. That any person, if he is at any place or if he is accepting food from somewhere, we discussed 6 loving exchanges between devotees. Do you remember? So yeah, we discussed that thing in this verse, that these 6 exchanges affects our consciousness. So we should be careful here. And any person who reads Bhagavad Gita, who hears Bhagavad Gita, he does not get affected from all these things. Okay, let's begin now. Ratnapurnam Mahim Sarvam
Ratnapurnamahimam sarvam
Pratigriya Vidhanatah
pratikritya vidanataha
Gita Pathena Chaikena
Gita patena chaikena
Shuddha Svatikavat Sada.
Shudhaspatikavat sada.
So, Ratnapurnam Mahim Sarvam Pratigrihya Vidhanatah. Ratna means beautiful gems, precious gems. So, any person who has, by illicit means, he has dominated Purnam Mahim Sarvam, means the whole earth which is full of the precious gems. So, for example, now we can't see these gems, or any person is not that potent who may, by his power, he may dominate the whole earth. But any person, if he, by his power, and basically in illicit means, in wrong way, he do this, so definitely it is a sinful act. Any illicit act is a sinful act. So any person who do this, that person also Gita Pathena Chaikena Shuddha Svatikavat Sada. Just like a beautiful shining diamond. Why that diamond is shining? Because it is pure. Means there is no dirt. It's pure, it's clean, it's beautiful. So like that shining diamond, one can achieve that shyness in his character if he reads Bhagavad Gita. Means he will be free from all the sinful reactions which he may get from such illicit, incorrect ways of doing something. So this is one example. Any person, if he has committed something, so he can also get free from all these things just by reading Bhagavad Gita. So Suta Goswami is quoting this by giving an example of this. Moving forward to verse 38. Yasyantah karanam nityam
Yasyantaha karanam nityam
गीतायां रमते सदा
गीतायां रमते सदा
ससग्निकः सदा जपी
स सदा जपि
क्रियावान् स च पण्डितः
क्रियावान् स च पण्डितः.
This is very beautiful shloka. Yasyantah karanam nityam. Any person whose heart Gītāyam ramate sada. Sada means always. His heart is revolving around Bhagavad Gita, means in his mind he is always thinking about Bhagavad Gita. Wow, Krishna is so great. You know, he is all potent. He's telling it in Bhagavad Gita. He is all pervading God. Everywhere, whatever we see, it's his energy. Or see how Krishna is so kind to Arjuna. He is instructing Arjuna. So, like that, his heart, his mind is revolving around Bhagavad Gita. So Srila Prabhupada tells this that we should do this, before going to bed. We should read these scriptures, we should read stories about Krishna so that we may dream about those stories, about the instructions of Krishna. And if you will read Prabhupada Leelamrit, you will find it's mentioned there that Prabhupada used to do this. Srila Prabhupada used to do this. He used to hear stories from Mahabharata, from Ramayana, from Bhagavad Gita before going to his bed, and he used to dream all these stories. All these stories used to come in his dream. So it's how beautiful is that. So, yes, any person's heart or his mind is revolving around Bhagavad Gita. He's captivated. Wow, Bhagavad Gita is so nice. And it is very nice. And, it is very amazing. If our minds and hearts revolve around Bhagavad Gita, then Saha Sagnikaha Sada Japi Kriyavan Sacha Panditaha. Then that person whose mind, whose heart is revolving around Bhagavad Gita means that he is so much inclined towards hearing about these teachings. Srila
Yeah.
Prabhupada tells this that the very first quality, the foremost quality to go back to Godhead is that you have taste in hearing about Krishna. This is the foremost quality to go back to Godhead, that we have taste to hearing about Krishna, and it is extremely rare. You will find many devotees who know that, yeah, Krishna consciousness is the goal of our life. We should chant Hare Krishna. And they might be chanting their rounds, 16 rounds regularly, but they are not much inclined in hearing. You can see many devotees are like that. It's not about blaspheming them, but yeah, this is something which is rare. Even if in devotees group, it's very rare that someone is inclined towards hearing this wisdom. So any person who is inclined towards hearing this wisdom, that person, sa means that he, sagnikaha sada japi. So one should know that he is japi means in jap, in chanting, kriyavan in all his pious activities. He is very good in pious activities, in performing pious activities. Such a panditah. And that person is a pandit, means he is a qualified brahmana. We discussed the meaning of this word pandit. Pandit is
Yes.
someone who is qualified to make arrangements for these sacrifices, yagya, and all those things. So that person is a pandita. So any person who is inclined towards hearing uh, about Krishna, he is already qualified in all these things. So, in introduction, also, Srila Prabhupada will tell in Bhagavad Gita. If we will get a chance to discuss that, we will also do it. He tells that any person who is inclined towards hearing about Krishna, then his all the past sinful activities which he did, so the reaction of those past activities has already vanished away completely. That's why now he has interest in hearing about Krishna. But any person who is not, he is not interested to hear about Krishna, that disinclination he has, that shows that there is some uh, reaction of his sinful activities he did. It's still there. He has done something. I mean, I'm not talking about devotees. If any devotee is chanting, that is also nice, but you will see other people who are not interested in knowing this wisdom. So that is the sign they have did some sinful activities in their past lives or in this life also, which is becoming a hurdle in their life, a big hurdle, which is stopping them to relish this wisdom.
Yes, and like you're saying, devotees, if they read, they can not just relishing the pastimes of Sri Krishna, but also there's so much knowledge that they can apply to their lives. So this is what I'm finding, that reading the scriptures and understanding what is that message conveyed, then it's a guidance. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, thanks.
Yes, reading is also one form of hearing. When you are reading, you are hearing your own self. So, this is also one form of hearing. And if we discuss these things in association, then we can relish it even more. Just like, for example, I have observed this many times, that when we come together, so we don't even realize that how much time we have spent in discussing these things. Isn't it? Time just go very quickly. But when we ourselves take books and we read, then time, it goes very slow. I have myself experienced this many times. When I, discuss like this with devotees, then I can do it for a long time. But it's difficult for me when I read by myself alone. Reading is also nice, but in association, we relish it more.
Yes, definitely. Some time ago, I read in 𝗃𝗵𝗵𝗧𝗲𝗹𝗵 of Srila Prabhupada, like you mentioned it, how not just how he has the knowledge of the scriptures, but also like you mentioned from the previous verses, that we don't accept the food unless it has been offered to Krishna. And there was a very funny episode how he was reprimanded because he ate a mango without offering it to the deities first. And so after that, he would always offer everything to Krishna before consuming it. Yeah, there's that connection. I find.
So you read it in Leelamrit?
There's some of it.
Actually, here comes one more pastime of his spiritual master of Srila Prabhupada. So when he was very young, so once his father took mangoes.
Oh, it was his. Yes, yes.
Yes, his
It
spiritual
was
master. Yes.
um,
So
Saraswati.
yes, Srila Bhakti Siddhant Saraswati Thakur ji.
Mm.
So he consumed those mangoes without offering it to Krishna. So his father scolded him that it is not good. We should always offer to God first. We should offer to Krishna. So from that day, he took a vow that I will never consume mangoes in my life. And whatever I will consume, I will first offer it to Krishna and then consume it. So in his life, he never consumed mangoes again because
Oh,
he ate those mangoes without offering to Lord. So one devotee, I was hearing him, so he said that if we apply this in our life, then we will end up giving up almost everything. We have been eating so many things without offering to Lord. In At least when we were not conscious about it, when we were not in Krishna consciousness, we have been eating so many things without offering to Lord, even fruits or veggies. So yeah, this was something very amazing.
oh, I'm glad you remembered it correctly. Because Srila Prabhupada learned so much from his master that I'm reading about Srila Prabhupada and I'm thinking it's about him. But yeah, that's right. That's how the story goes. Thank you.
Yes. Moving forward now. We can also do these things in our meetups. We can discuss about these pastimes of our acharyas. It's very pleasing. Yes. Okay. Moving forward to verse 38. Darshaniya sadhan. Sorry?
Is it the same one? Oh, yeah. No, we read this one. 39 next, I think. We read 38 just now.
We read 37 probably.
Panditaha,
Sorry, yes, 39. Yes, yes.
the
Yes. So 30.
purified. Yeah, Brahma.
Darshaniya sadhanvan.
Darshaniyaha sadhanavan.
स योगी ज्ञानवानपि
Sayogi jnanavanapi.
स एव याज्ञिको याजी
Saivayaga goyati.
सर्ववेदार्थदर्शकः.
Sarvavedartha sarjakaha.
Now, continuing from the verse 38, what Sut Goswami is telling, we learn that any person who is so much inclined towards hearing about Krishna, about Bhagavad Gita, so that person, darshaniya sadhanvan. Darshaniya means to whom we do darshan. You might have heard darshan of deities. So
Yeah.
darshan means to see, to glance.
Yeah.
So, that person who has inclination to hearing about Krishna, if we do his darshana, if he glance at that person, then just by glancing that person, it is very auspicious. It is very auspicious to have darshana of such person who has inclination to hear about Krishna. Sadhanvan means it's very auspicious. Sayogi Gyanvan Api. That person is Gyanvan. He is knowledgeable. He is very intelligent. He is indeed very intelligent. Why? Because he is understanding that the real intelligence is to hear about these topics instead of mundane materialistic gossips or whatever, TV, news. Instead of all these things, an intelligent person will invest his time in hearing this wisdom. So that's why he is Gyanvan. He's intelligent, he's knowledgeable, he is yogi. Yogi means who has control on his senses. So see, if we are sitting here, so we have also controlled our senses for some time. We are using our ears to hear these glories. We are using our eyes to see the text. I am using my tongue. You are also using your tongue to, recite the verses or discussing things. So, yeah, this is how a person who is engaged in these activities, he is a Gyanvan, he is yogi. स एव याज्ञिको याजी सर्व वेदार्थ दर्शकः. And that person, he is the knower of all the sarva, all the Vedarth, meaning of Vedas, the summary, the essence of Vedas. Do you know what is the summary of Veda? To serve God. That we understand our relationship with Krishna and we serve Him. This is the essence of all the scriptures, of all the Vedas. That a person should engage his senses to serve Lord. So that person who is doing all these things, basically he will be a pure devotee. So even if we glance at such person, then that is also very auspicious. Then you, yes. So yeah, I heard it that the sannyasis in ISKCON, you will see they have renounced their life for Krishna. Renunciation means, sannyas means that now they have dedicated their lives to Krishna. They will serve Krishna with their body, with their mind, and with their tongue. Complete surrender. So even when we, when we do darshana of such devotees who have surrendered their life in service to Krishna, their only duty is to serve Krishna, to preach the message of Krishna, no other thing. And it is really not easy. Isn't it? We also, we are in Krishna consciousness, but still we have our some plans. Although we are understanding that, this is material world, this is not our home to live, this is not the real place, this is not our real home. But then also we have our plans. We want to do something. So it's really not easy. But yeah, such devotees who has completely surrendered, they have nothing to do with their material life. So, and you will see, if you ever get opportunity to see such devotees, sannyasis, they have a different glow on their face. Glow means not that artificial glow which girls do. Girls have while doing makeup and all those things. Not that glow. There is some like something different. Can you tell me a word? I'm not remembering the exact word what we can use. But
so you can sense the enlightened atmosphere and aura of them, but the Krishna consciousness shining through, maybe.
Yes, exactly. There is different shine on their faces. Means they are joyful. Even though they are not doing anything in material life, but then also they are joyful. They are chanting, they are dancing in on kirtans and all those things. It's very amazing. You will see, you will, even if you don't get chance to see them personally, if you hear them on YouTube, their lectures, then also you will find that while they are talking about Krishna, they are preaching the message, you will find that different joy in their voice, in their body language, which we can never see in materialistic people.
I completely understand what you're describing, because that's the main reason, one of the main reasons why I was attracted to the movement, because speaking to some devotees, uh, it was that light shining through that, you can sense that it's hard to explain it, because it's not something you see physically. It is what is radiating.
Yes, exactly. It's coming from inside,
Yeah.
you know, their heart expands. There's different energy. So yeah, this is, and as we are practicing Krishna consciousness in our lives, we will also reach at that stage. What all matters is our consistency, our seriousness. We will definitely get the promised results if we follow the process nicely. This is very true. So moving forward, are you free? Shall we move forward?
Um, you have another few minutes before the.
Okay, so let's do one more verse. Please recite after me. गीतायाः पुस्तकं यत्र
गीतायाः पुस्तकं यत्र
नित्यपाठश्च वर्तते
नित्यपाठा प्रवर्तते.
नित्यपाश पाठश्च ओके यस प्रवर्तते ओके ओके सॉरी तत्र सर्वाणि तीर्थानि
तत्र सर्वाणि तीर्थानि
प्रयागादीनि भूतले
प्रयादयानि भूतले.
नाउ गीता पुस्तकं यत्र. Can you understand the vocabulary now? Gītaya means Bhagavad Gita. Pustakam means book. Yatra. Anywhere Bhagavad Gita is present. Nitya pathascha vartat. Nitya patha pravartate. And anyone, I mean, the verse says that anywhere Bhagavad Gita, this auspicious book, is present, anywhere, and people they read Bhagavad Gita. I mean, if suppose in my house Bhagavad Gita is there and people are reading Bhagavad Gita, Tatra Sarvani Tirthani Prayagadini Bhutale. Have you heard about Prayag? It is a pilgrimage. Uh, yeah, Tirth. It is basically a holy place where people go, and just like you might have heard about uh, bank of Ganges, Ganga River. So people go there. So it is a holy place. Same way, Prayag is also a holy place. And it is the most pious place where if one practice spiritual activities, it's there in India only, then they get I mean, their benefit intensifies. So,
That word yatra is related to the chariot pulling festival, or is that the same word?
just like Ganga River is there, same Prayag is also same place
Uh,
where yes, people come for gaining some benefit.
yes, I was wondering. Usually it is around July. So some months ago, there's a festival where um, Lord Jagannath, Subhadra, and Baladra, is it? They're pulled in the three chariots. Is it Ratha Yatra? Is that how is this? Same word?
I'm sorry, your voice was
Oh, apologies. Yeah. Yeah, the sunshine has gone here. Um, Ratha Yatra is when um, Lord Jagannath, Subhadra, and
Baldev.
Baladra. Is
Bal,
that?
yes, Lord Balram or Baldev.
Yeah, but yes. Um, is it called Ratha Yatra?
Yes.
So that's the word that I had heard, um, and it seemed familiar, but I I'm sure this is different context, but I don't know the actual significance of only that word.
Yes, so yatra means people, the group of people, they come together and they walk
Ah,
together. So this is what yatra means. So yes, you will find people doing all these things in such holy places also.
hmm,
And they do it so that they may get benefit, spiritual benefit. But they don't do it like other ordinary people. They don't do it to get the love of Godhead. They do it to get some material possessions. So yeah. So any person, somewhere, anywhere, if Bhagavad Gita is present and people read Bhagavad Gita, then that place, suppose if you have Bhagavad Gita, I have Bhagavad Gita, and we are sitting and we are reading it, then this place becomes such holy places which which are there around India or world, then any person who gets the benefit of performing any pious activity on to such places, the same benefit that person gains if he is sitting and reading Bhagavad Gita. So this is what Sut Goswami is telling this.
yeah.
So these books are so purifying that even if these books are present in someone's house, then it is guaranteed that any person from that house will definitely become a devotee in future. So my mother, once she went somewhere and devotees were distributing Bhagavad Gita for free. So people are habitual of collecting, especially something which they are getting for free as a gift. So my mother also took Bhagavad Gita from that place, from a devotee, and she kept it in Almira nicely, packing it in red cloth. I discussed this earlier also. She kept it in the Almira. So now I sometimes tease her for this, that you took this Bhagavad Gita, and it is said that if these books are there in someone's house, then definitely a person will become a devotee. So she is nice, but she's not so much favorable in all these devotees things. So I sometimes tease her that you took this Bhagavad Gita, so it's your mistake that you took Bhagavad Gita in your house. So now you have to bear this. So yeah, this is very true. That's why, devotees, they put lots of efforts in distributing these books. Srila Prabhupada himself told this, that these books should be distributed. If you will read Bhagavad Gita, like me with some devotees, we are reading Bhagavad Gita in afternoon time. So we are on chapter 13th. We have started today. In 12th chapter, I mean, in previous chapters, we discussed that how, Srila Prabhupada took lots of effort in publishing Srimad Bhagavatam. And now, finally, after so much efforts, he went to America. He had 2 heart attacks and yeah, all those things. So he had a strong desire that these books should be distributed all over the world so that people may come to know about Krishna consciousness, because it is a very need for every living being, especially who has got a human body, because in this human body only we can understand these things, because we have elevated consciousness.
Yeah.
You will see that in every whatever species, different species are there, they can also hear, they can also speak, but they can only make sounds.
Yeah, like as human beings, we have the Atma Tattva, and that's where we can distinguish, right and wrong, um, and discern how um, the soul is can how we can read and have knowledge, but we apply it because this is that's the purpose of the soul. Whereas animals can be quite kind, and but it's I understand what you're saying. They're not thinking about the soul. So we have this fortune. They were so fortunate and blessing to have this at our disposal. So we need to appreciate it, don't we?
Actually, I want you to observe this thing. I used to think about this a lot. You will find many people who are very kind, they speak very softly, very nicely. But if any person who is really a nice person, then he should not have any difficulty in accepting this wisdom. Any person, because of his ignorance, if he is not able to understand, that is different thing. Just like we, I mean, you were inclined to spirituality from the very young age, you told. But yeah, just like we were also doing things aimlessly, and we were doing this because we didn't know that what's right, what's wrong. We were just doing what other peoples were doing. But when we come to know about this wisdom, we were open to accept it. So, any person, if he is a really nice person, if he is a really gentle person, then there should be no difficulty for him in accepting this wisdom. But I am not, making these things from my mind. It's what I heard. Any person, if God if Krishna is not there in his center, then his center will be sense gratification for sure. Now, there can be many variations of it. Any person, he may seem very nice, gentle, but if he is not accepting Krishna consciousness, then he will be selfish. Why? Because see, our constitutional state is to serve God. And if we are not serving God, we are serving our own senses, and that is the selfishness. And this is the only reason we are trapped in this material world.
Yes. Mm.
Yes, this
So,
is which is very
uh,
subtle.
yeah. Of this world, Bhuta led us of this world. I think you may have mentioned it previously, so that I'm
Yes.
remembering as well.
Bhutale means, yes, wow, you're very wise. Bhutale means on this. Bhu means
The
Prithvi, this earth.
yes,
Yes.
thank you.
So this is how any person who is reading Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavad Gita is present in his house, in his place, then that place is equivalent to that holy place, residing very far from his place. So even, I was very anxious. I was talking with my Shiksha Guru about I want to shift to Vrindavan. I have this desire. So he was saying, he basically explained me. I knew this already that Vrindavan is not the place of the map in this world, it is a place of consciousness. So wherever you are, you are in London. But in London also, if you are reading Bhagavad Gita, you're chanting, you're serving Krishna, then you are living in Vrindavan only. Because Vrindavan is a place of consciousness. So this is very important that we are where our consciousness is. This is very interesting. So shall we stop now?
Yes, sure. Thank you
Okay.
so much.
Thank you so much for joining. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.